Hello and welcome to CLMB's Cracked Knuckle Productions. My name is Chris, and this is Project Weyard. If this is your first time joining, Project Weyard is my love letter to the Golden Sun series and all things cartography. It is my intention that once I'm finished with this project, I will be giving people access to a file that would include all the finished work, for use as they please. In my last video exploring the cities, dungeons, and passages of Weyard, I asked for you to share with me your favorite locations in the series and tell me why you liked them in particular. To everyone who gave feedback, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to discussing these choices as well as my own favorite cities. In addition to this, I also want to give a special thanks to those of you who have been critiquing my work, especially the sound mixing, and doing some much needed fact-checking. Though I stated that some places do not fit neatly into a particular category in my last video, I did mention specifically that many of the desert locations in the games had twin icons, denoting the ingress and egress of particular passages. For the most part, this is categorically false. With that information, I also remembered that there are a number of other passages near the end of Golden Sun that lack these icons as well. And I'm sure I misspoke about a number of the other issues as well. Once again, thank you all very much for your kind help in this area. Alright, let's continue on though. And if you are new to these games, spoilers are coming. Without much further ado, let's discuss our favorite places in Weyard. As I've been reading through your guys' comments, one of the common threads that I found in your answers has been that a lot of people have an affinity for one of the particular elements. In their post, Christopher Vallejo 2535 mentioned that they had a particular affinity for the Mercury-aligned locations of Lemuria and included Iothea from Dark Dawn as well, especially for their great music and the character development that takes place in these areas. Now, this is a slight tangent, but this got me thinking. There's this really cool piece by Trilling Dragons and their rendition of the Jupiter Lighthouse theme, where at the 2:20 mark, they transition to the Ayers Rock theme. Being that both of these dungeons are Jupiter-based, it makes so much sense thematically, and I really like that. Alright, and back to the topic on hand. On the Discord server, Turt mentioned that their favorite dungeon is the Jupiter Lighthouse. As for their favorite village, they mentioned they had a soft spot for the village of Kolyma and liked how the trees are used by the people as their houses. This like for Kolyma is shared by Eldritch Drakes as well, though it's more of the chilling horror they felt for those who had been turned into trees. Turt also mentioned that they liked the deserts in the games, especially the Suhala Desert and its design mechanics. When I had showed my icon for Magma Rock, Zida's Panda stated that this was one of their favorite locations in the game, especially for the music, which, let's be honest, is a killer song, as well as its puzzle design and beautiful aesthetic. Brawler 1031's favorite location, by the way, check out their incredible work depicting the monsters from Golden Sun on Reddit or Discord. You won't be disappointed. Okay. Back to Brawler's Choice. They mentioned that in their current playthrough, the Kibombo Mountains, with the challenges sneaking past the guards, as well as the setting sun as you near the village of Kibombo, make this a particularly memorable place for them. So, once again, thank you all for your responses. It's been fun having the opportunity to discuss these things with all of you. Now, if I may, let me share with you my top 5 choices for favorite cities, towns, villages, or settlements for the first 2 games in the series. At number 5 is Garo. This small, unassuming village in the Lost Age is located in the southern part of Oceania, near Ayers Rock. Immediately upon entry, players are met with one of the most forlorn songs from the games. Players are going to realize that this place is a bit different. When the player ascends a number of staircases, a series of obstacles greets them. Not only that, but along the way there are 2 murals on the cliffs depicting humanoids gradually changing to some type of animal, with the addition of a moon glyph. And as you near the top of this area, the sun begins to set. Next thing you know, it's nighttime and you can see a reflection of a full moon in a small pool nestled between cliffs and fluttering flags. And a question you might be asking yourselves about now is, who are these people? There's a whole lot of intrigue in this area, and I always felt that this area does a great job at showing us as players just how mysterious Weyard really is. I believe that this place has a lot to offer, from its stunning aesthetic depiction, its haunting music, numerous puzzles, and one of the strongest narrative beats. Coming in at number 4 is Champa. The pirate settlement of Champa in the Lost Age isn't perhaps on most people's lists of favorite locations, but I appreciated it for its inclusion for what it offers. Though its music isn't anything new, as it can be listened to at the entry of the Kandorian Temple, I love its rugged exterior and how it serves as a crossroads to the first game if you've completed a particular side quest. What's more, in Champa, you'll find not only the conclusion of an early story arc involving the pirate Briggs, but the launching port for a quest to find the 3 pieces needed to forge the Trident, a super weapon and key to a lost land in the Great Eastern Sea. At number 3, we have Tolbi. Located between the Kargl Sea and the northern portion of the Great Western Sea and Golden Sun, is the grand city of Tolbi. Don't let the festive music fool you, this place is full of intrigue. Tolbi is ruled by one of the series' most curious characters, Lord Babby. He is a man hell-bent on finding a way to prolong his life by whatever means are at his disposal. This includes the construction of a 5th lighthouse that will act as a navigational tool for him as he seeks for a way to enter the lost kingdom of Lemuria and take once again the waters that keep him alive. The city is rather large for the game and offers the player a number of really cool features, including the Lucky Fountain, a casino with a number of games, a royal palace to explore, and of course, the Colosso, where the player pits their abilities and strengths against a gambit of obstacles and mini-bosses in a grueling, fast-paced event that should prove to be challenging. And the silver medal goes to Vale. Nestled within the valley at the foot of Mount Aleph is this small, unassuming hamlet and its inhabitants who protect Weyard from the immense powers that have been locked away for generations within the sacred heart of the mountain, Sol Sanctum. It is here on a dark, stormy night that things are put into motion that will eventually lead to the rekindling of the elemental lighthouses and the unleashing of alchemy back into the world. Not only is Vale beautiful and charming, but I also find it to be rather large compared to the other locations. Yet, I like how it offered me as a player a fun area to explore while I tested out my limited psi energy powers. By the middle of the game, you discover that there are a few reasons to come back and visit. And now for my favorite city from the first 2 games, Lemuria. Lemuria, the ancient city upon the Great Eastern Sea, swathed in deep mists, is a city slowly dying. It is a place besought by melancholia, and the people, though blessed with the means to long life, don't see it so. The 2 factions that vie for power within the kingdom have brought it to its knees. In one corner, you have King Hydros, a shrewd and wise man, with the senators afraid of change in the other. Before these 2 forces, the people hold their breath, waiting for whatever fate might befall them. The fate of doom, if nothing changes quickly. It is the king who, after learning of Weyard's erosion, sends out his faithful servant to see for himself the state of the world. Lemuria is gorgeous. I love the music, the long portions of dialogue, the aesthetic of all the buildings and the people, the world building, the map room, and the characters. It is here that we finally get answers as to why we are doing the things we are. Simply put, Lemuria is the embodiment of the Lost Age. Thank you all for sticking around. This has been a long one. But for the next video, I plan on discussing my favorite dungeons and would love to hear from you which dungeons you like best. As always, happy world building and blessings.